and welcome to the beautiful medieval city of Basel. It's Switzerland's third largest city, and it's located on the Rhine River in northwest Switzerland at the point of convergence with the French and German borders. Basel is a city known throughout the sporting world as the birthplace of the great tennis player Roger Federer. But this week, it's a different racket sport which has taken centre stage, because this week, St Jakobshalle is playing host to the Yonex Swiss Open Badminton Championships, the fifth of the 14 tournaments which make up the 2017 BWF Grand Prix Gold Series. This is the seventh year the Swiss Open has been part of the Grand Prix Gold, and with this event just a week after the All England Superseries, the tournament has once again attracted a very strong entry. And that strong entry is reflected in today's semi-final lineup. 5 matches for you this afternoon, and we're starting with women's doubles, and the number one seeds Qingchen and Yifan up against the European Championship bronze medalists Fruergaard and Thygesen. Then it's men's doubles, and the two-time former champions Chai Biao and Hong Wei up against Chen and Wang Qilin, who yesterday beat the defending champions from Denmark. Then it's women's singles, and the 18-year-old Chen up against Fitriani, looking to compete in her first Grand Prix Gold final. Then it's mixed doubles, and a second appearance for Qingchen, this time with her mixed doubles partner Shen Wei. They are the world number ones. They're up against the pair from Thailand, Fruergaard and Thygesen. Then we finish with men's singles, and the two-time former champion Lin Dan. He's also a two-time Olympic champion and 5-time world champion. He's up against Anthony Sinasuka Ginting, who's trying to reach his first ever international tournament final. But as you can see, the players on court for the first of our semi-finals, and it is women's doubles. And when we look at the women's doubles draw from quarter-final stage, 7 different nations involved, 2 Chinese pairs. And as you can see, the 2 Chinese pairs have come through to the semi-final stage. We're concentrating on the top half of the draw for our first semi-final this afternoon. Well, the left and right-handed combination, the Chinese pair, are the number one seeds. Qingchen and Yifan up against Maiken Fruergaard and Sara of Denmark. And what an occasion for them, because this is their first ever Grand Prix Gold semi-final. This Danish combination, well, they've been in Super Series quarter-final, and last year they were in the quarter-final of the Bitburger Grand Prix Gold, but never before a Grand Prix Gold semi-final. So they really have played well throughout the tournament. So the 2 Danes in Danish colours of red and white, and they are currently 21 in the world ranking. They have been as high as 18, and they're making their 3rd appearance here at the Swiss Grand Prix Gold. Last year, they were beaten in the second round by a pair that went on to reach the final, Fruergaard and Yonex. But as far as Thygesen is concerned, she's 26 years of age. And as I was saying, they are 21 in the world ranking. They had a really tough battle in their last 2 matches. I'll tell you a little more about that as we get underway. But here is the left-hander, the 19-year-old Yifan. She and her partner on Thursday went down 1 place in the world ranking from their career high of 4 after 3 consecutive weeks as world number 4. This week have gone down to number 1. Down to number 5, down 1 place, I do beg your pardon. Well, as we look at our umpire for this, Carol Eel of Ireland, and yes, that really is the way you pronounce it. She's been coaching me on how to say her name, because the spelling doesn't relate really to how you pronounce it, but it is Carol Eel. Now, both these pairs last year lost to the eventual beaten finalists as we look at our service judge, because last year Qingchen and Yifan also lost to Fruergaard and Yonex. But they lost at a later stage. So we're just about ready for the start of this match. This is the first meeting between these two pairs. I can tell you that the Chinese combination had 3 games yesterday in their quarterfinal against number 5 seeds. So the umpire calls for this first semi-final to get underway. Chinese combination, as I was saying, had 3 games in their quarterfinal yesterday against number 5 seeds Destiara Harris and Rosita Putri Sari. Topped the opening game 21-17, but came back in an hour and 8 minutes to win 21-14 in the deciding game. Meanwhile, the Danes have gone to 3 games in the last 2 matches. Oh, lucky net cords. My goodness me. Yeah, she apologises, Fruergaard. Well, for the Danes, a first ever Grand Prix gold semi-final, and they did it the hard way. In the second round, beating Hushi and Shinoya. Coming back from 14-17 down in the deciding game before winning it 24-22. That was an absolute thriller. Hour and 12 minutes for that. Oh, the long testing rally. Oh! Look at that delightful drop, the disguise from Yifan. Well, the Danes were party poopers yesterday because they beat the 2 Malaysian players who are celebrating their birthdays both today and tomorrow. Vivian Hu will turn 27 on Sunday, and Woon Ki Wei is celebrating her 28th birthday today, but I suppose the Malaysians can go out and enjoy their birthday celebrations, because I caught a glimpse of that quarter-final yesterday and I thought the Danes were playing exceptionally well. That was another long match, an hour and 12 minutes, and the only question mark I have in my mind, that clearly drops in, is whether those last 2 matches, both of them an hour and 12 minutes, has taken its physical toll on the Danes. I like that change of pace. Oh, good defence. And that's a lovely, lovely change of pace from Sara Thygesen, just blocking the shuttle at the nets. Look at that, that's wonderful. 26 years of age from East Jutland. She was a very good soccer player when she was a youngster. Had to choose between the two sports when she was just 13 years of age. Just wide. Nice idea, though. Well, we've seen strapping on the arm of Yifan in the past, but I think she's got a great big bandage from shoulder all the way down to the wrist. It's a good rally again. Oh, it's gone well long. Well long.
6-3.
Yeah, we just got a glimpse of that arm support on the left-hander. Well, it was a good return of serve because Qingchen just forced to take that third shot when it had gone past her. Oh, not the best of serves. Got away with it. My goodness. Yeah. She knows it, doesn't she? Qingchen. And again, not the best of serves.
Service over. 7-5.
There's somebody behind the cords using flashlight. I did wonder whether the umpire was pointing towards me. I've got a little lamp on my desk, so I can see the draw and all the information to pass on to you. Oh, it's a good flick serve. Yeah, set up the whole rally.
8-5.
Yeah, there you could see the arm support. A bit like Milos Raonic, isn't it? The Canadian tennis player used to wear one of those supports for a long while. Difficult to control. Encroaching forward in courts. Qingchen. Yeah, that movement. Fruergaard aware that she needed to get it over her head, but just too long. Oh, good defence. Nice reactions from Thygesen.
Service over. 6-9.
Good judgment. That's it, drop wide.
Service over. 10-6.
Yeah, number one seeds looking impressive. 5 points advantage at the big game interval here in the opening game. Well, pairs from China have won the Swiss Grand Prix Gold women's doubles title 3 times in the last 6 years. And with 2 pairs in semi-final stage. 2 very strong pairs at that. Yeah, she's quick at the front of the court, is Qingchen. And of course she will be back later on in the mixed doubles semi-final. That's our 4th match of the day. Oh my goodness. Well, it did actually come over, but that was mighty close to being a missed chance. The shuttle hit the top of the tape. Badly deflected, but it did go over. Oh, that's clever. I like that. Good awareness of where the gap was. Just guiding the shuttle into the open space. Oh, service fault called. Struck above the waist. Thygesen from Belgium is our service judge. That's gone long.
9-13.
Change of shuttle required. Oh, she's not the tallest of athletes, Qingchen. 164, that's just over 5'4½", but she's got a very, very good smash on her. I think it's not just the power, I think it's the placement as well. Yeah, and if you're a regular on the badminton tour, you will know that Qingchen is fast developing into one of the very, very best front court players in both women's doubles and mixed doubles. Yeah, a little bit of frustration between the two Danes. Well, having to cope with an awful lot of pressure. Awful lot of attacking play. Well, she struggled with her serve a little earlier, did Fruergaard. Yeah, that's a lovely one, though. Very nice, and what a difference it makes, too. No, it's a pity.
Service over. 18-11.
Yes. Well, they make it look so simple, finding the gaps, finding the open spaces. All set up with a good serve, a good third shot. Three smashes down the centre of the court in between the two Danish players and eventually finding their mark.
17, game point 12.
8 game point opportunities. Well, this pair from China. Yep. Opening game to Qingchen and Yifan. Comfortable style, 21-12 the scoreline in a little over 15 minutes.
First game won by Chen, Yifan, 21-12.
Umpire just confirms that scoreline. And I think Pan Lee, their coach, will be pretty happy with their performance so far. This is the final rally of the opening game. (21-12), 15 minutes. Kim Nielsen, the Danish coach. Yeah, well, he's got a lot of work to do with his players. Very revealing that the Chinese pair are already back on court, ready to get on. That's a clear indication of their state of mind. They feel confident, they're wanting to get on with the match. And of course I can understand why Qingchen wants to do so, because she's only got 2 matches off after this women's doubles semi-final before she's back on court again. So the number 1 seeds, Qingchen and Yifan, having taken that opening game 21-12, it means that the number 7 seeds from Denmark, Maiken, Fruergaard and Sara are going to have to up their level of play if they want to become the first Danish pair for 16 years to reach the final here at the Swiss Open. 2001 was the last time a Danish women's doubles pair contested the final. That was Helena Kukkewar and Rikke Rolsen. Lost a very, very good pair from Korea. And the last winners, you have to go back 18 years for the last Danish women's doubles winners here. That was Rikke Rolsen and Mette Sorensen in 1999. Oh, I like that return of serve. It's lovely. A little bit of top spin on that. Well, I know that it's hard work, but I do feel that the Danes really need to try and keep on the attack as much as possible. Well, of course you need a good defence in all 5 disciplines in badminton, but you can't win doubles matches, I don't believe, just by defending. I think you must get on the attack and you must get the shuttle going in a downward direction. And that's just about perfect return of serve. Lovely play from Thygesen. That mid-court area on any doubles court is often a vulnerable area because the front court player is covering the front and the rear court player is covering the back. So if you can get the shuttle in between both players to that mid-court area, certainly out wide to those tram lines, it's often very, very effective. Oh, service fault called. Racket not pointing in a downward direction. Well, for Thygesen, she lost in the quarterfinal of the mixed doubles yesterday with Qingchen. And she lost one of her opponents as well, Qingchen. Oh, she's great character, is this lady, Qingchen. Very expressive on court. You always know when she's disappointed in herself, and has uninhibited joy when she wins, and especially when she wins big titles. Oh, good rally. Yeah. Yeah, the fans appreciating that. Yeah, back level. Seemed to rush that serve to me. Remember, towards the end of the opening game, she made a service error on the low serve. They're preferring to flick. Well, on a run of 4 straight points, now the Danish combination go into the lead. There's another flick. Just wide.
Service over. 5-all.
Oh, it's called good. It's landed on the line. My goodness me. Well, I was just about to say it's not often that you see a player in women's doubles forced to play the high backhand. There we go. But that was perfect. Yeah, there's that little half-court push again. Yeah, I understand the thought process there. Wanting to just take the pace out of the shuttle. They did that well a few times in the opening game. Yeah, there's that good smash again from Qingchen. Oh, such a good serve. Well, the cry of "come on" from the Danes, urging themselves to keep the scores tight and perhaps even build a healthy lead. Oh dear, yeah, Carol E.R. is having a word with all four players, saying you're taking too long in between rallies. Oh, that's well taken. Very, very nice play from Maiken Fruergaard. Yeah, she's a former European junior champion in the mixed doubles with David Dalgor. Another one drops in. Another one drops in. Yeah, well, there is a drift in St. Jakobshalle. And as you configure from this, it's holding up this side of the court, where the Chinese pair are at the moment. Which also means that the Chinese pair have got to be very careful with their lifts and pushes towards the back of the court, because the shuttle flying quicker, going towards that far end of the court as we look down on the court now. Yeah, that's a pity, another service error. Yeah. Yeah, I told you she was expressive.
10-9.
Oh, lucky net cord. Nice, good judgment.
Service over.
Well, this next rally is going to decide who has the advantage at the mid-game interval.
10-0.
Oh,
Service over. 11-10.
my goodness.
Interval.
Well, she read it so well. It was the perfect idea, but the execution not to match, and therefore it's the number 1 seeds, Qingchen and Yifan, who have the advantage at the mid-game interval here in the second game. Yeah, she was ready and waiting for that. Kim Nielsen used to be coach
20 seconds.
to the top
20 seconds.
Dutch women's doubles pairing.
Coaches,
Selena Peake's been out with injury for a long time. We were hoping that she might be back for this tournament, but unfortunately not. We all wish her well for a speedy and full recovery.
11-10. Play.
Yeah, I like the variation on the attacking play, the angle of the smashes. She's hit so many down the centre of the court as Yifan. That time, going towards the backhand of Fruergaard. Oh, my goodness. Well, incredible reactions from Yifan.
13.
And not just got it back, she got it back with interest. Played the perfect shot, skimmed over the net. That's amazing. Yeah, another smash down the backhand of Fruergaard. Yeah, full pirouette there from Qingchen. Yeah.
Service
Yeah.
over.
They're never adverse to telling each other what they should be doing. It's great fun to watch, I have to say. Look at this. Full pirouette. Attack down the middle, then switch it to the forehand defence of Thygesen.
15-11.
5 of the last 6 points to the number 1 seeds from China. Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that the lift was short, but I have to say the placement of that final shot was excellent. Yeah,
Service
so I
over.
remember the last time she smashed down the backhand side
12.
of Fruergaard, that time aiming towards the right hip. So there's always variation in placement and always keeps opponents guessing and keeps them on their toes as to how to defend.
Oh! 17-12.
Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. An excellent low serve from Qingchen. crouches down low, intercepts the third shot, and plays a perfect winner. Just look at this. Look at, she was waiting for it. Great anticipation. Yeah. 9 of the last 11 points now.
12.
And just 2 points away from reaching their 6th Grand Prix Gold Tournament final. Missed it.
Service over. 13-19. Oh! 14-19.
Well, the fans here in Basel are really trying to lift the spirits of the European pair. Oh, well, that's a pity. It was an opportunity there
Service over.
for Thygesen at that era.
20.
Means that there are 6 match point opportunities for the number 1 seeds to reach their 6th Grand Prix Gold final. Oh, look at that jump smash. Yeah. Only needed the one opportunity. A clinical performance from Qingchen and Yifan. 21-12, 21-14 in a match lasting 36 minutes. And they will tomorrow, as we look at confirmation of the score, contest their 11th career final. Of their previous 10, they've won 9 of them. What a remarkable record that is in finals. So wonderful performance by the number 1 seeds. Qingchen will be back on court a little later on for her mixed doubles. This is the final rally of this first semi-final. Well, it's a leap forwards for the Danes in their developing careers, because a first ever Grand Prix Gold semi-final is a major step forward and something to build on. Well, as the fans wait for our second semi-final, I can tell you that my friend Steen Peterson will be your host for the next 2 matches, the men's doubles and the women's singles. Let me hand over to his very capable hands. I will see you for the 4th and 5th matches later on.
Ladies and gentlemen, on our stage for men's doubles semi-final.
Well, after that first semi-final, we are waiting for the players to come on court for the second semi-final of the day, the men's doubles. We can see it's the upper part of the draw where the number 1 seeds Chai Biao and Hong Wei from China is taking on Chen Hongling and Wang Xilin of Chinese Taipei. Court officials coming on court here, and the players are standing by to enter.
Please welcome from China, Cai Biao Hong Wei.
Here the top-seeded